Hi, it's Stephen Vincent, and this is part two of the BullBear Traders update for Thursday, May 19th, 2011. You're looking at the Dow Jones World Stock Index, and this is from September 2010 to September 2009 to the present moment. And this is interesting because if you're looking at this chart, you can see pretty clearly in blue here looks like a rising wedge. And I haven't seen really anybody notice this, but looks a whole heck of a lot like a rising wedge. And certainly the fact that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches on the upper rail and 1, 2, 3, 4 touches on the lower rail so far, and that we're testing that rail right now. It's something to certainly notice and take into consideration here. We're also on this index, World Stock Index, below the 200, below the 20 and the 50-day moving averages, both of which have turned down. So we're between this resistance level and the 200-day moving average, which also corresponds with long-term uptrend support here. So this is sort of what a top starts to look like. And when you look at this rising wedge, and you have to wonder, is this the end of the C wave, or are we getting really close to the end of C of the wave 2 up, with this being A, B, and now the rest, all this has been C up. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5. Now this is the more bullish way of counting it. So what I've got here is a bullish count. So in this, we've only completed one of wave 3, of major wave 3, with an A, B, and now starting C down to complete that. It would test the 200-day moving average and somewhere down in here, 38.2 Fibonacci retracement for a flat correction ABC. So that's the optimistic view. Now there is another view, and looking at this, we would see 1 or A, 2 or B, and then 1, 2, and then within that 1, 2, 3, 4, and now making 5, which would be the third wave of this pattern. And within this, you've got basically an expanding diagonal pattern here. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd come up for a partial fifth, and then you'd fail down from your wave 3 high here and make your correction. So the New York World Leaders Index is sort of an index of the big cap stocks of the world. Shows a similar pattern. You've got basically a rising wedge with lots of touches on both sides, and it looks like the same thing: A, B, and starting C. Also below the 20 and the 50-day moving average, which are turning down. A similar setup. You've got declining RSI here since February. And here is India, the Nifty index in India, and this is supposed to be one of the world's leading economies, one of the economies driving the world economic recovery, and you're running into increasingly difficult ways of making this look bullish if you're charting this chart. You've got the 20-day below the 50 and the 200, with the 50 just about to cross the 200 into a full bear market alignment on the moving averages. So you're almost in full bear market mode here on the Nifty. And certainly if this support line were broken, which looks certainly well within the realm of possibility, you'd have some serious questions about the viability of an ongoing bull trend in India. Here is the EUROSTOXX50 index, basically the European big caps. And they're also below the 20 and the 50. 20's crossed below the 50, just resting right on top of the 200-day moving average, which also corresponds with the uptrend off of the May 2010 bottom. So this looks like something that's really ready to roll over and break. It looks to me like you have your high in February, and I've got this optimistically labeled bullishly with a leading diagonal up for 1, and then a and making a B, and this would have to be a zigzag, of course, and so you're going to have a strong 5 wave down here for your wave 2 correction according to this chart.